Should I, 32M, tell my good friend, 24F, that they are not invited to my wedding? TLDR. I'm getting married and cannot invite quite a good friend to the wedding, and I'm not sure if it's better to just leave it unsaid or give them a heads up. The reason they are not invited is that I became friends with them while my partner, F30, now fiancé, and I were living in different locations. So my partner couldn't initially meet her because of COVID restrictions. Some of the time I spent with my friend was one-to-one, and that made my partner uncomfortable, jealous. My friend is unaware of this. My fiancé has since met my friend and just feels neutral about her, acknowledging the jealousy was unwarranted, but has asked me to not invite her to the wedding. So obviously she is not invited. But given that other friends from that circle of friends are invited, I'm concerned that my friend will find out and be hurt by this situation. Do you think it's worth briefly filling the friend in what's going on, or am I just overthinking this and this is really totally unnecessary? Thanks for the input. Edit. Thanks all for weighing in. I think the biggest lesson here has been how trying to keep an explanation short can inadvertently exclude info that would probably substantially shift perspectives. For example, part of the reason for this is that the ceremony will be quite small, so we're having to be quite restrictive, generally only inviting close family and mutual friends. The other individuals from this group are friends of both me and my partner. This partially explains why feeling neutral is enough to cause an exclusion here. Sorry for not clarifying this earlier, and instead overly focusing on some past drama. In any case, I think reaching out and giving a heads up is probably the right call. Thanks for the push in that direction. I highly doubt we're getting the whole story here. No, your wife is not neutral towards this friend if she's not allowing her to attend the wedding. Info. How much one-to-one time did you spend with her? What activities were you guys doing? How long was your fiancé away during this time? Were you texting your friend every day? How did you meet such a young friend? I can't believe people think we are getting even slightly a portion of this whole story. If she is fine with your other female friends who you have one-to-one relationships with, there must be something different about this friend. How you act, talk about her, inappropriate texting, something. Would love to hear the fiancé's side. Your wife does not feel neutral. I mean, you're obviously leaving info out of this, so what's the point of the post? If you're not giving the whole story, how will any of our insights on this even help you? Lol. I'm going to be the jerk that's going to assume there might be more here. For example, a kiss, someone flirting, admitting of feeling or attraction from at least one of you. If not, then I'll assume it might have been inappropriate amounts of one-to-one time that made your wife uneasy. There was a history there. Or a weird way you guys came to be friends. You don't share how you became good friends with an opposite gender person 8 years younger than you. If it's because of what I listed, she's an ex, or you both kissed or had sex etc. in the past, then there's nothing to feel bad for, and explain that's exactly why it would be inappropriate for her to be at your wedding. If my suspicions are wrong, and you have a totally platonic reason to how you guys became friends and there's nothing at all that ever happened or boundaries crossed and she's just uncomfortable, jealous, then your wife still has the right to not have someone like that at your private wedding. And you have to accept that's what marrying someone like that means. And explain it to your friend if she wonders why she wasn't invited. Also, keep in mind that this doesn't end with this friend or the wedding. Not to say I disagree with your wife. My partner is 29, and unless a long-term school friend or something similar who I knew, I'd feel uncomfortable if he hung out with her a lot alone and she was 21. Everyone is different and to each their own. But that's my advice. We can give better advice if you tell us the specifics of this friendship. Let me get this straight. Your friend is not invited to the wedding because she is a woman? Who happened to hang out with you alone? I mean, tell her and be honest, but it doesn't set a very good precedent for your relationship moving forward if your partner is forcing you to ice out friends of the opposite gender. If I played by that rule, none of my boyfriend's friends would be coming to our wedding. They're almost all women. You need to tell her either in person or on the phone. It's sad that you call her a good friend, yet easily leave her out of one of your special life moments. I get that your fiancé feels neutral about her, but this is your wedding too. Don't you want her there? Also, be prepared for your friendship to be over and a divide in your circle of friends to occur. Unfortunately, you made your bed and now you have to lie in it and cut this friend out. Explain to her that you can't be friends with her anymore due to your history together and hope she understands. Sorry for the end of a friendship, but it's for the best if you want to stay married. You'll most likely lose her as a friend permanently after this. So either you talk to your fiancé about your feelings, BC it is also your wedding and your feelings. Opinions matter just as much, or you can throw away your friendship. It's all up to you. Best of luck. I think you gotta be in or out with this friend. It's too much drama to be back and forth. I also question what a 30-yo man is doing with a 22-yo woman. You never should have been fostering a one-to-one relationship with this friend in the first place. It's fine to be friends as part of a group your fiancé is hopefully welcome in and part of, but you don't need to be so close to her that you're alone with her or fretting over wedding invites. My advice? Say nothing. Let this friendship become an acquaintanceship and move on with your life. There's no reason to be chasing after young women as a 32-yo married man. I wouldn't marry anyone insistent on inviting someone that caused problems in our relationship to the wedding, lol, but do you, I guess. What the hell would you say? My fiancé is meh about you and I haven't got the balls to insist that all of my friends should be invited. Good luck with that. Tell her. She'd rather hear it from you than find out on her own. Unless you want to just stop having her as a friend altogether. But if you want to keep her as your friend, treat her as one, which involves openness and honesty. Not even married yet and your wife is already pushing your friend away. Not a good sign. Look, let's face it, it doesn't sound like the issue is the size of the wedding. She wouldn't be invited even if the wedding was large. Would she? In answer to your question, yes, the courteous thing to do would be to tell her. You can lie and say there were a limited number of guests and you had to make hard choices. Blah, blah, blah. She'll soon work out the real reason when she finds out she was the only one excluded from your friend group. Then she'll tell you and your fiancé where to go and how to get there. Which I suspect is what your fiancé wants. So everyone wins. Or you could just tell her the truth from the start and then suggest you and she should no longer be friends. You know, honesty. But yes, either way tell her ahead of time. But it a good friend. So you should invite her to the wedding. There is no nice way to say this. You will be ending her friendship with her if you don't invite her, whether you tell her in advance or not. If it were me, I'd be pissed. If you think this is okay, good for you. SMH. Be prepared to lose this friendship. I had a similar situation and I don't talk to the whole friend group. Also, if your fiancé is the reason. Red flag. Unless this friend did something really terrible. Fiancé and you are heartless. But hey, do you? But it's your wedding too.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Haircast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.